either because they're first-time drug offenders. Instead of treatment, they get jail time. There are others who are behind bars for mistaken identity, as evidenced by the advent of DNA. So would you tell us today, will you support reforming the criminal justice system in Michigan, and what specifically will you do? Will you, for instance, set up a commission of inquiry that will look into sentencing guidelines or reviewing some of the cases that have led to a lot of people behind bars today for mistaken identity or first-time drug offenders?
And you have 60 seconds to respond.
Well, I guess as chair of the appropriate subcommittee on corrections, we have been working on policies that change what we are doing with corrections, and we've reduced the prison population by about 4,000 over and above the average 12,000 who come out from parole and probation every year. But we do need sentencing guideline changes, and we are looking at an additional release of anywhere from 2,500 to 7,500 individuals, but we can't achieve that if we have an unwillingness to examine those sentencing guideline changes. So as governor, I would definitely pursue policies that do diversions by mental health drug courts and our sobriety courts. I would create an executive order that gives clemency to prisoners to 85% of their sentence, so that we have the opportunity to take parolees from a smaller cohort of prisoners who are less risk and who are easier to manage in the community.
Thank you.
Yeah, likewise. I support Elma on a lot of that. I think we need to figure out who we're afraid of and who we're mad at. The folks that we're afraid of, let's keep them in the prison systems. Who we're mad at, let's work with tethers and alternative programs. But the state of Michigan has a higher incarceration rate than any of our peer states. We hold our people longer. The sentencing guidelines are too stringent, too long, and I think they need to be revisited. But we also have to focus on keeping them out, which means let's get them a good education, starting with pre-kindergarten, and let's get back to investing in mental health. Because a lot of folks are there not because of criminals, but because of mental health.
Well, let me just say, if I was speaker of this mess, I'd be embarrassed for what we're doing in our correctional system, our so-called correctional system. It's the biggest misnomer we have. We're not correcting, we're perpetuating. We're not treating addicts, we're not treating mental health. And I know something about mental health. I have a brother with mental illness. I've gone to jail to help bail out my brother. Our brothers and sisters deserve better, and we can do better. We're spending $34,000 per cell. We could be sending these people to college. And the greatest common denominator is that they're high school dropouts. It is a crime what we're doing. We've got to make sure that there are no dropouts, and that will affect the recidivism rate. So let's reserve prison for the violent offenders only.
Thank you. In Washington, I've had the opportunity to work with our congressman from Michigan, John Conyers. Had the opportunity to work with John and structure a bill which he called the Second Chance Act, which makes sure that tries to ensure that when people leave prison, they receive the training and the counseling necessary to get a job, that they get the skills necessary to get a job, that they continue to receive assistance so they do not go back to drugs and alcohol, and that they are given the time to rebuild and reconnect with their families. This is an opportunity of Democrats and Republicans working together on a specific item targeted for the urban agenda that says it is a problem, we can do this in a bipartisan way, and two people from Michigan led the way in making sure and trying to get that moved into law. In that context,